All right, time now for Media Watch. I'm joined here in the studio by France 24's Yenna Lee. Yenna, you're here to talk about what's trending online today, of course. You're starting with that sit-in in Paris's business district, La Défense.
Yes, well, according to organisers, Rochelle, more than 2,000 climate activists took over a part of the central business district, La Défense, this Friday. It's a sit-in to accuse the government of not doing enough to combat climate change. Three major hashtags have been trending on French Twitter this Friday: Republic of Polluters, President of Polluters, and La Défense bloquée, which means La Défense blockaded. Protesters targeted three places today: the headquarters of Banque Société Générale, and also of oil giant Total and energy giant EDF. Here you see a picture of Total, and they're describing it as a crime scene, a climate crime scene. And across the channel, of course, we've been talking about it on France 24, Extinction Rebellion, their civil disobedience movement entered its fifth day, with stars participating such as Emma Thompson. We see here the actress. Critics, though, say she's been a bit of a hypocrite for flying in just for the protest from all the way from Los Angeles. Harsh or not, it does bring me to this story. This is one of the critics. Way to go, Emma. How Flixcam, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, or flight shame is spreading across Europe, according to the Evening Standard. Fears over climate change have led many to rethink the way they travel, and in Sweden, they've even invented a new word for the shame associated with flying. Now, if you read this article, they go on to say that there's a word for this in Finnish, in Dutch, and even in German.
OK, well, that's a new one for me, Yenna. Thanks for that. Now, changing gears, you've seen a lot of tributes pouring in for the online journalist Lyra McKee, who was, of course, killed in Londonderry last night.
Yes, Rochelle, the 29-year-old Lyra McKee was shot during riots in Northern Ireland last night. Police are treating it as a terrorist incident. Meanwhile, online, her peers have been paying tribute to the investigative journalist and her work. Here, somebody's calling her a determined journalist who told the stories of marginalised people and our country's troubled past. A tremendous talent that we've lost, says this user. And fellow journalist Naomi O'Leary is quoting Faber, her book publisher, who called her a rising star of investigative journalism. Now, she's written a thread on Twitter, starting with Lyra's last tweet that she tweeted out, a picture of Derry last night, calling it absolute madness. And then she goes on with examples of Lyra's work. It's perhaps the best way to honour her this Friday is perhaps to discover or rediscover some of her work. Here's a piece she did about growing up gay in Belfast, and it went viral, became a short film. Her reporting on suicide in Northern Ireland after the Troubles, and a TED talk of hers about changes in religious teaching on LGBT issues that could, according to her, save lives. And she ends by saying that this is a senseless loss, and it's an extra punch to the gut that today is Good Friday.
Yeah, I think senseless loss is a perfect way to describe that. We're ending, though, Yenna, on a tech story. Rumour has it Instagram will hide the number of likes on our posts.
Yeah, it all started with this tweet from Jane Manchun Wong. Now, as a hobby, she likes to reverse engineer apps to see what's going on behind the scenes. And in this tweet, she says that Instagram is testing hiding like counts from audiences. So basically, it's a parallel universe in which none of your Instagram friends can see how many likes you have on a post. Only you can see how many likes you have on your own posts. And there's been a lot of reaction to this, some very positive, such as this user saying, removing some of the pressure of popularity without losing the dopamine. It's excellent. But others who have been critical, once the number of likes is hidden, how are we brands supposed to check how genuinely popular somebody is? No need to panic yet, though, because Instagram itself has issued a statement saying, we're not testing this at the moment, just exploring ways to reduce pressure on Instagram as an app.
I should think Instagram might lose the appeal for many who kind of live for the likes if that were to happen. But Yenna, for now, thank you for our update on Media Watch.